Alright guys, hello and good morning, and today it's Mr. G, and we are talking about Total War Arena, and today's unit review is going to focus on the Falxmen. And these guys are just a really cool barbarian unit. They've got wicked good attack, as you can see right now in their stats. They've got this thing called a Falx, which ignores shields and is really good at armor penetration. So they're kind of like your glass cannon of Total War Arena. They do not, however, have very good defense. They do have good mobility. For being infantry, these guys can hustle. They really have light armor, like almost no armor at all other than the helmet. And they've got this special ability called sprint. It's only 20 seconds, but they go really quickly right away. And as you can see right here, we are pairing these guys with Arminius, because Arminius himself gives speed bonuses, and we just tagged the infiltrate right there, which makes us appear as an enemy. So we're going for a flanking move here. You can actually see I'm getting yelled at by one of the players in chat who has no idea what I'm trying to do here, and we get ourselves all the way up to 3 units of archers with nobody even firing a shot at us. They just assume that we're on the same team because we've gone through the woods, we've showed up on the same side of the enemy, and we take these archers completely unawares. And just the speed of these guys paired with Arminius and using infiltrate, and we just need to clean house and run these guys down. And sprint is going to be really helpful for doing that. Now if these guys had something like a javelin or something, they would be ridiculously OP. But right here we're just going to go in there and use harass to give us a speed boost. And then just tag frenzy, which goes really nice with these guys because it just gives them even more melee damage than they've already got. As you can see earlier, I'm running the consumable feast with these guys, which gives a really nice bonus to melee damage, and just really min-maxing these guys towards melee damage and melee attack. They're kind of a situational unit, because usually you want to try and use them in a forest if you can and avoid being on the open, but in this particular circumstance, taking out a unit of archers, we just used their speed, and we used Arminius' ability to kind of go ahead and flank here, and it worked out really well. I feel like this unit is pretty balanced. It's really situational. I mean, it's not OP, but in the right circumstances and in the right situation, it does a really excellent job at doing what it does. And just a joy. These poor archers. Cavalry helping pin those guys in place so that we can get our guys up there as quickly as possible. I try and keep momentum going with Arminius as much as possible, just to keep those speed bonuses going. And these guys have really good morale as well. They would pair well with a general like Vercingetorix as well, but here we're going to go ahead and we're going to tag momentum, and we're going to use them against enemies they're actually meant to be used against, which is heavy infantry. We're going to try and ignore some of their shields and armor bonuses here. However, we'd be doing a lot better if we were in the woods. That being said, we outnumber these guys enough, we're going to be okay. You do want to be careful that you don't get flanked with these guys, so we're going to move a unit over here, and hopefully we can clear out these other units in time. Now my teammates being helpful enough, warning me how I'm going to get flanked, but I'm lucky we had really good cavalry on our team helping out in this situation. So there they come. We should be able to get through this battle. You can see our guys' morale is holding strong, and they're steadily chopping through these tier 5 Roman Centurions. Look at them go. They are really vulnerable to missile damage though, because they have such low armor. Obviously, whether that's from your own team or the enemy team, definitely something to be aware of when running these guys. And then there they go. Off they sprint. We're going to try and make it to the base and help do some capturing. Okay, here's an example of another battle where we did flanking yet again. And out of the woods we come, full speed, we've got infiltrate on, we've got momentum on, and we just hit sprint. And there we are. These are really fantastic flanking infantry. I highly recommend running Falxmen with Arminius. This is before I even had these guys fully upgraded here. But we're gonna clean house here against some tier 5 Roman infantry. And there we go, we hit the frenzy. Just focusing everything we can on melee damage. And look, got our little hipster Falxmen there doing what they do best. Fighting away. Okay, are we actually fighting barbarians right there instead of Roman infantry? That's my bad. Yeah, we're going to do just fine against Barbarians as well. Too bad we weren't getting any sort of bonus for being in the woods. Once again, I'm fighting in the open with these guys, but we are using them as a flanking force to help out our teammate there, in which case they do just fine. Especially when your team is focusing on their cavalry and they're doing okay. I love also with the icons with these guys that you get the unique icon of the Falx, you know, rather than just a sword. They could have gone with just generic sword, but they didn't. They gave these guys their own attack icon, which I appreciate. Oh, they're just such a mobile infantry force. I've been really meaning to try them out with Vercingetorix and just use the Scorched Earth ability. But we don't really need his Defiance ability because their morale tends to stay really, really high. They do okay in sustained combat. You know, their charge impact's not amazing, but they really do a good job at ignoring armor. Oh, and our good teammate here with cavalry is going to help us finish this battle off. And the last one I'm going to show you here today is we've got Infiltrate on again. We're in the city. And look at this. He's not paying attention because we've used Infiltrate, and away we flank. And this time we are actually fighting Roman Centurions. We're going to ignore their shields, and we're going to do serious armor-piercing damage. And they're going to do alright. We're going to have to turn a unit around, though, as we're getting flanked here. But we really got the jump on that first unit, and that's what we wanted with these guys, was speed and flanking. Now what you don't want is to get surrounded by heavy infantry like this. They will, look, they are going to rout here. They are taking morale damage. So in this case, Vercingetorix would have been a nice general. We could have hit Defiance here. They do not like to get flanked at all. They like to do the flanking, so always keep that in mind when you are running these guys. But if you're one of those characters that just likes DPS in whatever game you play, then you definitely want to give Tier 5 Falxmen a try. They are a fantastic little situational unit. If we can flank them around behind, there we go. We're going to do significantly better. And at this point, you can see they do really well when your team works well together, because on their own, Falxmen aren't for holding the line. They're not your spearmen, they're not heavy infantry. They are light infantry that does a lot of damage right out the gate. So do I like Falxmen? Yeah. Are they the top tier unit? I don't know. I'm giving these guys a grade of an A- or a B+. That's it for this one. Mr. G out.